opening statement, and then
Sure.
we'll go for questions.
Very proud of the perseverance of our players today. I thought we had a lackluster first half, but a lot of that has to be credited to the strong defense that Bowling Green plays. A lot of people talk about their offense and the glitz and glitter part of Bowling Green, but I think that really why they've won so many games is because of their defense. They did a great job of taking away a lot of the looks that we wanted in the first half, but I also thought we had some players that were passive in the first half who, after we talked a little bit at halftime, I think realized what they needed to do and took their time. Yolanda Richardson was one. She had a couple nice looks in the first half, and I think was just second-guessing herself. I don't know if it was nerves or what, but so proud of her second half. Without that inside punch, I don't know that we win today. But I'm also proud of Angela Dortch. She had to suffer through some foul issues, sprained ankle early in the game, and yet, you know, she's such a tough fighter. The fact that even though she gets the block call, she steps in front of a center coming down the lane and takes a charge. I mean, that's guts after you've had 2 ACLs. So, you know, she played an amazing game. And then Courtney hitting that 3 at the end. As much as they were packing it in, I thought, you know, the best look we're going to get is probably going to be from the perimeter. And so we called a play call to get her a nice look on the perimeter, and that's what a senior does. You know, she knocked down a big shot despite playing, 39 minutes tonight, probably on very tired legs, and the defensive stop we got at the end was big. But, you know, Bowling Green has such a nice team, and this was everything it lived up to be and more. And I'm very proud of our players for, you know, keeping focused and staying true to the end. Our SID and I were laughing before I walked in here that there's 2 games in particular that we've trailed most of the game. That's Buffalo and this one. And I think in the 2 games we led for a total, if you combine them, of 1 minute, 45 seconds, and won both. Now, I hope this isn't a trend because I don't know if I can handle it much longer. But I think that tells you what our team's about. And it's about, you know, fighting till the bitter end, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
Back to Ingersoll, why put the ball in her hands? Why, you know, let her take that shot?
Well, I could tell how she's a clutch player. She's come up with, you know, big rebounds, big defensive stops, nailing big threes late in games, and I just knew that it would be a great opportunity. Did I know it was going in? No. But why not give a senior that opportunity and let the senior win or lose in a rival game like this? And, you know, I also knew that they were going to really probably pack it in against Yolanda and not let her have the look. So as much as they were focusing on Yolanda, because we kept going to her and they kept expecting Angela to drive, why not let somebody else have an opportunity? It was a great look. We set a great screen. We executed it perfectly, which at the 2-minute, 35-second mark, I asked for the same play, and it didn't look anything like it. So I was very happy we figured it out. Maybe that's why it wasn't guarded correctly. They thought we were running that other thing. But, you know, I was very proud of our players. The great execution when we needed it.
Did you want Courtney on Stephen at the end?
Yes. And, you know, we were switching a lot. The main thing was that, and we talked about in that timeout right before, we could give up a 2. A tie was fine, but we couldn't foul and we couldn't give up a 3. And our players, I thought, did a great job of not fouling, staying in front, pressuring the ball, not giving them any looks. Those seconds couldn't have ticked any slower. But I'm so proud of them for executing defensively what we needed to do to win. You know, that was probably the best play of the game for us, was getting a stop late in the game, knowing what a great offensive team they are.
Does it make it tougher on your defense when they don't double down on Yolanda? A lot of teams have done that. They had decent success on her early, especially.
Yeah, you know, they weren't really double teaming. A lot of teams will send kind of a trap at her. They were sagging, making it tough to pass it in. And what we had to tell Yolanda at halftime was basically, they're showing, but they're not coming. So you need to turn and go. And I thought she did a great job of staying composed, even though, you know, she had some shots rim out that there were point blank. And I know she was frustrated with herself, but I really think that, you know, winning a game like this, you've got to basically suck it up when it gets tough. And she did that. She showed us how tough she is by finishing when the game was on the line. And she got us back into the game. First few minutes of the second half, just by being strong with the ball.
Tricia, Kurt said he thought it kind of came down to those guys not being able to make a play down the stretch. But do you really think it was your team's toughness down the stretch? I mean, Dortch, like you said, takes charges. She keeps getting back up. She took that hit to her knee. Courtney makes plays down the stretch. Do you really think that was a difference in this game?
Well, I think just as in the first half, we had a tough time scoring against their defense. I think late in the game, they had a tough time against our more improved defense the second half. And, some of that could have been legs. I know that, Slagle had to play 40 minutes in this game. I have a lot of respect for her. But I think that because we were able to sub, maybe we were a little fresher toward the end of the game, and that helped us defensively toward the end.
Can you talk a little bit about Emma's performance tonight?
Very proud of Emma Thanagara. I thought, in a game like this, you have to have a player step up. It's kind of that X factor that nobody is expecting to step up in order to win. Because we knew, unfortunately, even though we knew that Stephanie was a great player, we sure didn't act like we knew it the first half. And again, the second half, Rogers got going. But we needed somebody extra to step up, and I didn't think that they gave a lot of attention to Emma. She was able to cut to the basket. She was able to drive to the basket, get big rebounds. She played smart defensively. Her focus was so good because she missed 2 days of practice to stay with the flu this week. And to bounce back and push through and be mentally tough, she missed a couple days of preparation because she physically could not do it. Couldn't be more proud of her. For a freshman to step up in a big game like this, she really arrived at the right time.
Were you concerned you weren't going to have her today?
I was concerned. The nice thing about the bye week is only having the one game really paid off because last game and even heading into this game, we probably had 5 or 6 kids have the flu. And so to get healthy before this game was enormous. And our coaching staff made a concerted effort not to kill our team this week because we knew that a lot of them just didn't have it in them. You know how it is when you get the flu, you're down and out. And when you're trying to come back, you couldn't eat for 2 days, you don't have that energy. So we couldn't kill them in practice heading into this so they'd have the energy to play through this.
Trisha, Courtney kind of downplayed the moment at the end there when she stepped up for the team, but this whole year, especially with Mama, how she seems to be taking the lead out there on the floor when it matters most. Can you just talk about what she's meant in the absence of Mama out there in the backcourt?
Courtney's really emerged as a leader and a winner. She's always been a winner, but just someone that when the game's on the line, whether we're playing defense or we're trying to execute something offensively, she's kind of that take charge kid out there on the court that brings so much energy. And when the game's on the line, you kind of need that rah-rah kid in that huddle that's on the court when the coach can't be present. And there's no question in my mind what's going on in those huddles. I guarantee you she's giving everybody all kinds of sugar and energy. And we call sugar compliments. But she's trying to inspire her teammates to give their very best effort. And sometimes you need a teammate, especially a senior who's been through all those battles before, to give that confidence to younger players. And she did that. And then for her to be able to cap it off with the 3 at the end, that's icing on the cake.
Coach, should you see these guys again in Cleveland, is there a psychological edge?
I don't really think you play too much into it. I think no matter where we face each other, it's a great game because both teams are very talented. PG is extremely well coached. No matter where we face, I hope we face them at the tournament because I got a good feeling they're going to make it to the end. I'd like to be sitting there with them. But we've got some work to do to get there. We've got a very tough couple of weeks ahead of us. We've got to face Eastern, Central, got to go Western comes here. Western beat us. We've got, 2 out of those 3 have beaten us. So we don't have an easy schedule going forward, and I think this was a great day today, and that's what it was. It was a great day, and then we move forward. This game is one game, and I'm very proud of our players for winning, but life goes on. We've got the rest of the conference to worry about, and I'm proud that we're sitting where we are right now, but it's going to be a long haul heading forward.
Anything else?